Welcome to the Long Prairie Trail. Good morning, everybody. I am coming to you today from the city of Capron, Illinois. It is at this location at the Cathie E. Trailhead that we are going to do a re-ride of the Long Prairie Trail. The Long Prairie Trail is a ride that I had originally ridden in 2021, so it's a couple of years back. There was no telemetry on that ride, so this ride adds telemetry, and it also adds a fresh look 2 years later at this trail. At the Cathie E. Trailhead, they got a parking lot here, a restroom, picnic table, garbage cans, that kind of stuff, but pretty bare bones here. This is County Line Road. County Line Road in this case separates McHenry County, which would be over this way, and Boone County, which is over this way. The Long Prairie Trail is a rail trail. In fact, if you look right across the street here, they still have some of the tracks end right here because it takes over as a trail. I remember reading somewhere that they were going to take the Stone Mill Trail in Harvard, which I guess runs on the same train line as this, make this all trail, and then the trail would continue down the Long Prairie Trail, which then would continue on the Stone Bridge Trail, and you can make your way all the way to Rockton, Illinois. Unfortunately, no map here. I'm always a big fan of maps at trailheads. So Capron is 2 miles away, Poplar Grove 7 miles, Caledonia in 11. They got a mile marker 0 sign, Boone County Conservation District. And the trail transitions from asphalt to gravel at some point headed west. If I remember correctly, this trail is somewhere between 14 and 15 miles one way. At which point at the end of this trail, it changes into the Stone Bridge Trail. That's another trail worth checking out. But we're gonna ride to the end of this trail and we're gonna explore anything interesting along the way and then make our way back. So let's check it out. So it looks like the trail goes from paved to broken up paved to like crushed limestone like this. So we've had a mix of trail types this far, even though we're only 2.2 miles into the ride. All right, so about 3.3 miles in, they have a little pullover area with a bench and a garbage can. A couple of signs to check out. We're about 4 miles into the ride so far. They have another one of these pullover areas right off the trail. They got a bench over this way, a garbage can here, and a sign. Let's check out the sign. And yet a third pull-off area right around the mile marker 4.5. They got a sign here, similar amenities to the other two. All right, well, another area to pull over here, except this is paved. They got some benches here dedicated to people. Garbage can, another bench over this way. We're about 6 miles in. We made it to Poplar Grove here. As always, when given an opportunity, let's take a moment to recognize Old Glory, waving in the breeze, as she should. So it looks like I'm at the corner of State and Main here in Poplar Grove. Looks like they got a pizzeria over here. Arturo's. They got a nice gazebo here and picnic tables and stuff. And I believe this is that coffee shop that I went into a couple years ago. So we're gonna check that out. No map still on this trail. It looks like we're about 7 miles to the Stone Bridge Trail, so this is roughly the halfway point. The bike says we've done 7.3 miles so far, so it looks like it ends in 7 miles. We're 4 miles from Caledonia and 5.5 miles from Brown Park. I believe there's a restroom there. Finally a map here in Caledonia. So we started right here on the county line road between McHenry County and Boone County. First town is Capron here. Google Maps says that this is also Capron. And then we rode through Poplar Grove here by that Poplar Grind. Now we're in Caledonia here, and then the trail ends coming up where it meets the Stone Bridge Trail. So we pulled over at what looks like a crosswalk right in the middle of the trail. I saw a sign here. So I'm guessing that this is some sort of hiking trail that may cross right over through here. We're about 12.5 miles from the car. They have the Brown Conservation Park, which includes a picnic shelter, restrooms, water, and a kiosk. And it goes just along this trail over this way. All right, Brown Conservation Park. Again, the sheltered area for picnicking. They do have a parking lot here, so you could start or end the trail right from this parking lot. I do not see a map here, unfortunately. They should definitely add a map here. Okay, so we've made it to the end of the Long Prairie Trail, mile marker 14.4. It ends right here at this street. I'll put up the street name here. This sign here, unfortunately, has no map. And this being the end of the trail, they should definitely put where the other side of the trail is marked on the sign this way. The condition of the trail was decent in spots and not so much in other spots. It can definitely use some work repairing a bunch of sections where the pavement's not really good and is only going to get worse. As you may notice, the trail continues on here. So it's really this street here that separates two different trails, this being the very end of the Long Prairie Trail. We're looking ahead at the Stone Bridge Trail. If you're interested in checking out the Stone Bridge Trail, look for a future video. All right, so at this point, we're going to turn around and start making our way back to the car. So we made it back to Caledonia here, where the map is, the only map of this trail that we found, and the parking lot here. So behind this fence, there is in fact a restroom. I didn't actually know what it was. There is no signage here. They should definitely put some signage up, because from here it looks just like some sort of shed. But inside, you know, everything actually looks pretty new, and that's good. All right, so we made it back to the Cathie E. Johnson Trailhead here. As far as the quality of the trail goes, it's hit and miss on this particular trail. There are some paved portions that desperately need some work done, but the crushed stone seems to be pretty smooth in most spots. As far as signage on this trail, they had a good mile marker system. They had mile markers every half mile or so, which is always good. But the big disappointment there is the lack of maps. We saw one map in over 14 miles. Let me know what you think of the trail in the comments below. If you've ridden this trail and you have a favorite spot on it, definitely let me know where that favorite spot is. We're definitely going to be riding this trail again in the future. As always, if you enjoy this content, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. It definitely helps the channel grow. And that's all I got today from the Long Prairie Trail. I'll catch you on the next ride. Do you have a trail recommendation for me? Let me know in the comments below.